How long was the garage sale? How many hours?
4.
Already won.
You won?
Game over.
Yeah, I just guessed 4 hours and that's
That was one question. But for the what do they call it? The showcase. For the showcase showdown, you have to guess our sales.
I'm gonna say 307.
the last garage sale I had. We made at least 300. So that's why I feel like it would be more than that. I'm gonna go. So let's say 423.
Wow.
All right.
We appreciate the confidence that y'all have in us, but
Yeah.
$1, Bob.
What? Dang it! What'd you make?
Grand total from our first day of a 2-day garage sale,
Oh, Friday. I didn't know it was 2 days.
$33.
Stop it.
Selling stuff for like 50 cents or something.
Dude, just put
Yeah.
that crap on Facebook Marketplace then. Just put it on there.
Welcome to the Postcard Town podcast. I'm Jensen. Jacqueline, Jill, and Raquel are here to discuss San Antonio. This is our first episode featuring a city from our home state of Texas. And Raquel actually grew up in San Antonio before she moved out of state for college. And she and I actually had a couple years living in San Antonio back in 2020 to 2022. So we're kind of familiar with the area, but during that time, we weren't able to get out much and really explore the city quite as much as we would have liked. Jacqueline and Jill, I know y'all have been, but how long since you've been to San Antonio?
We went a year ago and just took our kids. And then I'm trying to think how many times I've been, but a lot. And then I was remembering that one of the times I went was actually for my 25th birthday. And Jensen, you were there. Jacqueline, you weren't there, but Javi was. And so that was the year Tom surprised me, and like all my friends were on the Riverwalk. And it was so funny because I remember being so mad. Like I was so hungry. And I was like, I just need to eat. And Tom was like, we're going. And then we get to the Riverwalk and everybody was there. So I was like, oh, okay, this is why you were stalling me. I was about to, lose it because I was so hungry at that point. So that was definitely one of my top times that I ever went because I think that was the only time I ever had like a surprise birthday type thing. So that was really cool. It was super memorable for me.
That's cool. Hey, the last time we went was 2019, so it's been a while. We took our boys. We kind of stopped on the way down in Waco and did like Magnolia and all of that. We did the Riverwalk. We went to the Whitty Museum that's down there on the outskirts of San Antonio. And then we did Fiesta, but the boys were little. They were only 2 and 4. And we haven't been back since. So, we may have to go back pretty soon. The boys love the Riverwalk. But they were just so little when we went, but they loved it, like just watching everything. And sadly, we took them to the Whitty Museum because they have like these big dinosaurs and it's very much into dinosaurs. And they had like stuffed, animals, what do you call it? Taxidermy. And he hated it. He was so scared not go towards it. So it just really fell flat because we were so excited. Oh, gosh, he's gonna love this. There's so many animals and there's dinosaurs. And he was just so scared. But he was 4.
Oh my God.
But I think it would be nice to go back now because I don't think he would be frightened. But yeah, so 2019 was the last time we went.
I used to take my nephew AJ to the Whitty Museum all the time. He loved the little like excavation. It was a really like an interactive piece with the dinosaur area. And I remember them having, do they have like a bicycle thing on a line that you can go across? I remember that.
Maybe.
I don't know. I remember some kind of thing that you could little physical like interactive part too. But yeah, it's a really fun museum and you could spend a lot of time there too.
Yeah.
All right. So as far as memories go, I got to go way back. So San Antonio is the only vacation that comes to mind for me when thinking about our whole family going on a trip together when we were kids. So I don't recall most of it because I was pretty young, probably like 6 or so. But this is the story that comes up, and the only one that I sort of remember. But Jill's going to have to tell us her version because it's really Jill's story.
This
So,
is not one of my memories, Jitsi, but go ahead. No, I'm kidding.
no, you definitely remember.
I remember. I know what you're going to say.
All right. So, like I said, I'm probably about 6. So, Jill's 8, and we're in San Antonio, and we go into a gift shop. Now, we have a big family. There's 6 kids. And so our parents already have their hands full. Plus, our little sister, Julie, is only probably like 2 years old then. So the gift shop has all kinds of souvenirs, and Jill finds one that she likes, and it's a keychain. And it's a leather cowboy boot with a lighter in the boot. That's how I remember it.
Nice.
And someone tells us like, "Hey, we're leaving." And I, for whatever reason, tell Jill, "Just take it." And I don't know why I said that, but then I walk away, and the next time I see Jill, which could have been 5 minutes later or 30 minutes later, I don't know. But the next time I see Jill, she's crying because she got a spanking and for stealing these lighters. And I don't know if the store clerk saw it or our parents saw you take them or what. So you tell me, what did I miss?
Okay, first off, I don't remember you telling me to take them. So I never blamed you for the spanking, first of all. I assumed I took them on my own. I don't remember that part. I remember taking multiple. I remember getting in trouble, but I don't remember either. And I thought we were at CVS. I don't remember it being a gift shop. I thought it was just kind of like it was,
It could have just been like a CVS or a convenience
yeah, like I
store.
think it was just like maybe we went in to get snacks or a water or something. I don't remember, but yeah, I mean that's mostly how I remember it. But
Okay. Do
yeah,
you know what was on the keychain?
yeah, they
Because
were
I
named.
remember them be
Yeah, they
what?
were
Yeah.
named.
So what names do you know? What names you got? Was it like
No,
Kevin, or to say like
no. I mean, it was
I?
nobody I knew. I mean,
Okay.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
guess the
they were
kids
just
don't want
random.
to be like, these aren't mine.
Yeah.
They didn't know- I don't know
Yeah, I
his
didn't know if
name
you were
too.
like, oh, I gotta get this for my friend Sarah, and
Yeah, or like
took it, or
Sebastian
if
or
you got one that
something.
says like, it probably said like number one uncle or something on it.
I'm pretty sure that dad caught her and was like, "Where did you get these? I didn't pay for them." And so he was very much, we're going to give them back. Like, we didn't buy them. You have to give them back. And so she had to go back and return them. But I feel like you ended up with one, though, at the end. I feel like there was one that, like, maybe you put in your pocket or something and that I don't know, but they were lighters. I do remember that. Chain lighters.
Any other stories about stealing things when you were a kid?
Me, I don't want to tell all my stories.
So, right there by the high school, there used to be a 7-Eleven kind of on that corner. And every once in a while, Dad would take us there. We would stop in for something, I don't know, a drink or something. And they used to have these little rolled up horoscopes. I don't know if y'all remember these. They're like little paper and they look like almost like little cigarettes. And I would take those. I don't know why, but I thought they were really cool. And so I would pocket them and take these little horoscopes. I definitely stole that like every once in a while.
dang,
I don't know why.
I don't think that
multiple
counts.
times.
It
I,
totally counts. I still
Yeah,
stealing.
yeah, you definitely, yeah, you definitely
she's a
stole
repeat
them, but it
offender.
sounds like this was not when you were like a child.
You were
This
No, it
sounds,
8 years
was.
old.
No,
yeah.
it wasn't like on the way to, we were probably dropping off Jen or Jess. Like I mean,
Oh, okay. So you
you
were
know,
not in high school.
no, yeah, I'm saying it was right by
Okay.
because I think I was probably like first or second grade stealing
Okay.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the one that I remember doing, which for purposes of this story, we'll say it was probably like the week after Jill stole some lighters. It was probably like the following week that I did this, and nobody cared, and I didn't get in trouble really. But we were
Because
at
you
the
were the
mall.
only boy.
Exactly. So we were at the mall. So mom and a couple of the girls, I think they went to a shop that was across. I don't remember what it was, but it was a clothing shop, and I went to the KB Toys. So I went to the KB Toys, and they had like a little toy gun that I wanted, and so I think I like snuck it out of the KB Toys, and I walked it across to the other store, and I was like, "Hey mom, can we get this?" And she was like, "Where did you get that?" And so I was like, "I got it from the toy store." She was like, "Take that back." So I had to like smuggle it back into the store and put it back.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is a good setup for our road trip game. We're going to go ahead and do this now because this is going to kind of go along with the keychain, the names and stuff. So the title of this game is going to be Baby Jane Doe.
Baby Jane Doe.
Jacqueline and Jill don't know what we're talking about.
They don't. It's funny, I promise.
From the pit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't watched season 2 yet.
So these are names that you might find on a keychain in a gift shop. So this is the top 10 names, boys and girls. Those are going to be, we're going to do 10 boys, 10 girls for 2025. So top 10 answers on the board. Let's start with girls. If y'all, we'll see how many y'all get.
These are like top most popular names.
The top 10 most popular baby names in 2025. And we're going to start with girls.
Sophie.
It's Sophia. We're gonna say that counts. Sophia. That is number
Taylor.
3.
Taylor.
Taylor's not on the list.
Ellie.
Ellie is on the list. That is number 8.
I was gonna say
2 for
Ellie.
2.
I want to say
Come on,
Remy.
Jill.
I want to say Remy.
Remy? Remy is not on the list.
As in the rat from Ratatouille?
As in Remy, the little girl.
Charlie.
I thought we're doing girls.
We're doing
Yeah, I'm going to say Charlie for a
Did you
girl.
mean Charlotte
Okay.
then?
Yeah, so Charlie is not in here, but Charlotte is. So we'll
Yes.
give you number
Thanks, Raquel.
number 6, Charlotte.
Get it.
So you have Sophia,
Kylie.
Charlotte, and Ellie.
Kylie.
Kylie? Kylie is not on the list.
Sabrina.
Not on the list.
Jessica.
What about Madison?
You don't know the list. You know.
Madison's not on the list.
What?
Y'all are at like 6 X's by now.
Clementine.
Winnie. What about Winnie?
Not on the list. And
Clementine.
Clementine is also not on the list.
You guys.
I like that Raquel went with Sabrina and Taylor. I feel like she's just going for like pop music singers.
Yes,
But
because I thought people would do that.
Kennedy.
Kennedy is not on the list. Man, y'all are coming up with a lot of names that I'm sure are very popular, but they're not top 10.
Man.
London.
Jill, stop your getting
No,
us
I'm
wrong.
like, it's like he's giving us infinite guesses. Why are you?
He's giving us more strikes.
Olivia.
Oh, yeah. Olivia's a good.
Olivia is number 1. Number
Okay,
1
that
girl's
was
name is
actually-
Olivia.
That was almost Sophie's name. That was my backup name.
Yeah, I can see that.
And Tom wanted to name her Stella after the beer, but I didn't let that happen.
Stella.
Stella would have been good.
It would have been a good name.
All right, you ready for me to give you the final?
Yeah, go ahead.
Number 10, Mia. Number 9, Aurora.
Okay.
Number 8 was Ellie. Y'all got that one. Number 7 is Eliana. Number 6 is Charlotte. 5 is Isabella. 4, I really thought you were going to get 4. 4 is Emma. 3 is Sophia. 2 is Amelia. And number 1 is Olivia.
Amelia's really surprising.
Amelia Bedelia.
Amelia Bedelia.
Amelia Bedelia. I asked Javier.
Bedelia. Oops, not Begilia.
Asked him when he read those books. He's like, I don't know what that is. I was like, okay.
That was close enough.
All right, boys, you ready for boys? I think y'all will get 1, 2, probably 3 or 4 of these. Let's
Liam,
go.
number 1.
Sam?
No, Liam.
Liam. Liam nailed it. Number 2.
I know so many damn Liams. It's like,
Michael.
Michael is not on the list.
Lincoln.
Lincoln is not on the list.
Nobody got anything?
Christian?
You got Liam. You started out strong with Liam. All right, here's your list for boys. Number
Levi.
10, Luca. I'm gonna you get that one, Jill. Levi comes in at 6.
Get it.
There you
go. Number 10 is Luca. Number 9 is Asher. Number 8 is Ezra. 7 is Lucas. 6 is Levi. 5 is Mateo. 4 is Elijah. 3 is the one that I thought you were going to get, which is Oliver.
Oh.
2 is Liam. And number 1 is Noah.
Oliver and Olivia. That sounds right.
We should
Yeah. Dang it.
All right. Better luck next time on The Feud. Okay, moving to entertainment. So we have a pretty short list here. So we're looking at the movies and entertainment that we need to download for our trip to San Antonio. And what I have is Miss Congeniality, Selena, and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That's all I could really find.
I have one. I have a couple.
Okay, what do you got?
And I'm just going to give you the characters. But the guy that plays Dean from Gilmore Girls apparently is from San Antonio. He's also in Supernatural, which I never watched. I don't know if y'all ever watched that show Psych with that like guy that would help with detective work. I don't know. I used to watch it. It was on like USA or something. But yeah, the main guy in there, the psych guy, the psychic guy, he's from San Antonio. And then Jesse Borrego, he came out in like Fame and Blood In and Blood Out and some other more recent shows too. I think he was on Fear the Walking Dead, which I never saw.
Okay, so what are you picking in the end? Because I kind of thought that it was going to be Miss Congeniality, like pretty easy here.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there? It's gotta be.
I mean, I can rewatch both Miss Congeniality and Selena. So I don't know. We could go either one. But then you could also binge watch Gilmore Girls.
I feel like, judging by what we have on the list, I feel like Miss Congeniality is what I lean towards.
Yeah, I think this has got to be Miss Congeniality. But if we're talking Sandra Bullock movies, to me, I'm just thinking that if you take your top like 5 or top 3 Sandra Bullock movies from anybody, Miss Congeniality is gonna be in there, I think. So let me give you the list, and you can think about it. Are you ready? So these are Sandra Bullock movies. I don't know that I have all of them, but I have a pretty good list here. Miss Congeniality, The Proposal, Hope Floats, Speed, Practical Magic, While You Were Sleeping, The Blind Side, Love Potion number 9, Bird Box, The Heat, Gravity, Ocean's 8, and 2 Weeks Notice. I think that most people are gonna put Miss Congeniality, if they're just grabbing like their top Sandra Bullock movies, they're gonna pick that one. And also we need to note that Speed, I looked up Speed too since I was there. Speed has 95% Rotten Tomatoes, and Jacqueline said, no, that movie's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Right. I really love Hope Floats.
Mm-hmm.
Birdie. Like that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a goodie. I like her too in The Blind Side. I think she's pretty good in that one.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up our vacation mode section where we're talking about entertainment. So let's take a break. And then whenever we come back, we will get into the attractions for San Antonio. Welcome back, and let's talk about some quick facts about San Antonio before we get into our attractions.
I have a couple of facts. San Fernando Cathedral. It's apparently the oldest church in Texas. It's like downtown. It's been, refurbished. So it's really pretty. And at night they display this projection onto the church, the front of the church. So it's really pretty at night. And during Fiesta, which we'll talk about later, it's another location where it's free, right? And they have food and music and a little shopping, and it's another fun place if you want to be in the mix with Fiesta, but not having to pay for entry or anything. This one's for Jensen. Did you know that the first church's chicken was in San Antonio? We never eat there, but he like complains that we don't eat there. But yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I know.
Yeah, I found that out researching this also. Yeah, I had no idea.
San Antonio holds the world record for the most tamales ever made in in one go. I guess they did a 10-hour tamalada, which is like an event where you make tamales. But yeah, they made 17,106 tamales. And then last one, Fritos were invented in San Antonio.
Okay, let's get to our points of interest. So first off is going to be the Alamo. And yes, it's a well-known landmark with historical significance, but I'm not putting it on my list of sites to visit. Chances are someone you're traveling with will want to go see the Alamo, though. So if so, just go. It is a very quick in and out. And it is in downtown, so it's not like you have to make a special trip or plan like a whole day around it. You can kind of just go check it off the list and then make your way to the Riverwalk or whatever area it is that you're going to downtown to see some other stuff.
There's no basement in the Alamo?
No, just in Pee Wee. I thought we were going to talk more about Pee Wee, though. I thought Pee Wee would be a talking point for Jacqueline on movies. I thought maybe that would be your pick.
It might be.
Okay. Yeah, that's all the time we need to spend on the Alamo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Riverwalk is going to be the next attraction. It's also located downtown, and like I said, that would be a must-see as far as whenever you're going to San Antonio. It's got 15 miles of riverside path with restaurants, shops, and there's a river barge there where you can cruise the river with a tour guide. Me and Raquel have actually done the tour before. It's kind of nice to tell you some history about the river and the places down there, and a little bit about the architecture, I think, as well. From Thanksgiving through year end, though, you can see the Riverwalk lit up because the trees lining the river are decorated with Christmas lights, and it's just a really fun atmosphere, especially at night. And, you just never know what you might witness. Somebody might drink a little too much and take a dip in the river. Or, it's just good for people watching, good for, a night out, and maybe like a date night or something like that. So a popular spot to eat is going to be Casa Rio, which has a great spot on the river with tables, colorful umbrellas, and Casa Rio is actually the first restaurant to open on the Riverwalk. And there's a lot of great restaurants and bars, but the other one that's going to come to mind is going to be Boudreaux's. So Boudreaux's is, let me just start by saying, yes, the food is good. But this restaurant, I think, has more buzz about guacamole than any other restaurant. If you tell somebody from San Antonio you went there, the next thing they're going to ask you is if you got the guacamole. Every time.
The table side guacamole.
And they're really pushing it. I sent y'all a link for this, and if you notice on their website, in the header, in the navigation list, it goes menu, directions, events, guacamole, make reservation. It's got its own header. And then there's a whole link to a video that shows you how they're making it and everything, but it's an $18 tableside guacamole. We did order it, and it's pretty good. It's pretty tasty, but I don't know if it's the greatest guac that I've ever had. I don't know who I would say has the best guacamole. I don't know that there's any that necessarily like stand above others for me, but unfortunately, I think the key takeaway here is that the $18 price tag is what I remember first. So, Raquel, what did you think?
Orange juice. I remember it being good, but Jensen, he walked into it wanting to dislike it. I feel like that would, because my brother pushed this tableside guacamole so hard, and he like it became a joke, right? Of like, that we needed to eat this damn tableside guacamole. But it is like it's entertainment, I would say too, because they bring out a cart with 15 ingredients, right, that they're throwing into it. But so I mean, it's cool. It's on par with what you're gonna pay if you're gonna eat on the Riverwalk.
Yeah, what else do you have on Riverwalk?
Couple things. If you're going during the summertime, the nice thing is that you can catch a recurring show. So what's cool is along the Riverwalk, there is a theater called the Arneson River Theater. And you've got the river that floats right in front of it. And you've got this kind of amphitheater style seating that overlooks the stage. And so one, it's a very cool environment. And then during the summer, they have regular shows where you can catch that traditional Mexican folklorico dance, mariachi music, and it's called Fiesta Noche del Rio, and it runs every Friday and Saturday. Like this year, it's June 5th to August 1st. So it's, like I said, most of the summer. Also, La Villita is downtown, kind of in that same area. And lots of little shops in there. A big event during Fiesta is held there. And then in the fall, it's where they have the Muertos Fest, which is like the Day of the Dead festival. It's one of the largest in the country, and it's over the course of a couple of days. So lots of altars and music, food, again, processions. It's decorated really pretty, and lots to see and learn about. Like Jensen mentioned the Christmas lights, and it was one of the things that I made sure we got a picture of when we got married, because we got married in December, because I knew that it would be so cool. And I thought it would be really awesome for all of our guests to experience as well. So I don't know, there's benefits of visiting at multiple times of the year, I will say, when it comes to the Riverwalk.
Next on the list is going to be Market Square. So this is a festive area with shops and restaurants, and the popular spot there to eat is Mi Tierra. The decor is great, the food is good, and there is a bakery there as well. So if you just want to stop in and grab something sweet, that's also a good option. I don't know that the locals are necessarily going there, because this is really more of a touristy place, I think.
I think you will get that classic Tex-Mex experience. If you go there. You would also get it at Caserio, like you mentioned. But yeah, it's a fun environment, like it's like over the top decoration, right? So I think I would still recommend it, even though we personally don't go and eat there.
There are a good amount of shops over there though to look at as well. They just have, some pottery and like handmade goods there as well that are that are worth looking at. The main attraction, though, that we want to talk about, I think, is going to be Fiesta Flambeau. So Fiesta in San Antonio is a week of events which finishes with Fiesta Flambeau Night Parade. And before we get into the parade, we need to touch on a couple other events to consider. So there's a ton of events organized during the week that bring out the culture and lots of confetti and other things for San Antonio. I have 3 on the list. I have Nyosa, King William, and the Fiesta Flambeau Parade. These are really the 3 that I think Raquel always wants to go to whenever Fiesta's coming around. It's something that we kind of work into the schedule, and they're laid out to where you can actually hit each of these, because they can be on different days or different times. So the first one we'll hit is going to be Nyosa. So Nyosa stands for Night in Old San Antonio. This is going to be evenings, Tuesday through Friday, the week of Fiesta. And there's live music, foods, there's lots of drinking, and standard food items like chicken on a stick, roasted corn, sausage, turkey legs. This one gets really busy quick, and there can be a really large crowd depending on the night. Sometimes they have like a college night. So you want to get there as soon as they open, and probably also good to know what you want to eat rather than kind of waiting around and kind of circling and seeing what all they have, because if you wait too long, all of the lines are going to be pretty lengthy. So this might be one where you kind of want to go in knowing what it is that you want to try and eat, but it's kind of set up to where there's different areas.
Yeah, they split up the whole area, which this is taking place in that location that I called La Vita. And each area is kind of like its own country. And then of course there's Mexican food everywhere, or like those Tex-Mex kind of, think like fair food, right? So kind of indulgent, greasy foods, right? But with that Tex-Mex flair. There's a Germany area, right, where you've got sauerkraut and and sausage and a polka band playing in there. I think there's an Irish area as well. So yeah. But yeah, soup, it can get very crowded. So you have to go in with that, knowing that like, okay, I'm going to a bumpin', right? Like it's going to be shoulder to shoulder and we're just going to be eating, drinking and listening to music. Like that's what we're doing. That is the point, right, of this event. But it's like, this is like locals are going, right? Like they are going, they may even go multiple nights. I feel like a big piece of Fiesta is to make sure that you eat and drink and dance and listen to music. So you're going to get all of that at this event.
Yeah. So the next one is going to be the King William Fair. And like Nyosa, you're going to have to get admission for this one. I don't recall quite how expensive the admission is for these two, but you definitely need to purchase admission for both Nyosa and King William. But King William's going to be Saturday morning, and it's going to be taking place in the King William neighborhood. Again, it has all the key foods that make Fiesta, and there's a parade at this fair. It's not nearly as big as the Flambeau Parade that we'll talk about in a minute, but it is still a parade, and you'll see some bands and floats and things go through. King William does have an area where families with kids can hang out. I think there's usually like a bounce house and some kind of like rides and games and stuff where a lot of the kids hang out. So it's definitely a more kid-friendly event.
So there's 3 parades. There's a day parade on the Friday, and then there's an evening parade, which is the Flambeau on the Saturday, and King William is Saturday morning. So when I was in band, we would be doing the day parade on Friday. Then on Saturday, we'd be doing King William in the morning, and then the evening parade, Fiesta Flambeau at night. Yeah, I remember it was kind of a crazy weekend. But the other thing that makes King William unique too is that there's a ton of artisans that are displaying and selling their work. So yes, you're going for food and music and a parade in the morning, but then this is also a time to check out, some artwork that from local artists that you can purchase. So that's also a thing that's consuming a lot of our time when we're visiting this event, is shopping, I would say, and just browsing and all of the different styles of artwork as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of craft booths there.
Yeah, I was just looking up. I thought it was pretty cool how both of those, but I couldn't find on the parade, but all their proceeds go to restoring. It's for, make sure that, the history stays there in that city. So they're doing preservation based on their ticket sales, which is really cool. That's pretty neat because, it makes sense. That's why they call it Old San Antonio, right? They're trying to keep that there, preserving, all the history that they have. So I thought that was really neat. I was just trying to look up if the parade, does that one have a ticket? It didn't look like it did.
Yeah, so the Fiesta Flambeau Parade doesn't have a ticket necessarily because this is big. This is a big event. It's downtown. The parade route is, I want to say it's not quite 3 miles. I think it's like closer to like 2.5. But it's a long parade route, and basically there are a lot of different ways that you can do the Fiesta Flambeau Parade. You can do it for free. You can, you don't have to pay for a ticket. You don't have to buy a seat, or you can buy a seat, and you can have essentially like a lawn chair kind of out there along the street. They have chairs set up. You can have one in the stands where it's more of like a stadium seating. There's also a VIP option, which we'll talk about a little bit. But yeah, you can do the Fiesta Flambeau Parade a number of different ways, but free is definitely an option. If you wanted to, you could do free, and you can stand there and just check it out. You don't have to pay to go to that parade.
People will camp out like a couple days before the parade
Wow.
to claim their spot, their free spot. Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's intense. It's intense.
Yeah, it's not unusual at all. We will go down there, and we'll go downtown maybe the day or two before, because we'll be just kind of looking at some other shops or whatever else is going on downtown, and we will see people set up, and like their chairs are there, and they may be chained together or whatever, like on the curb. So, and it's not unusual for people to kind of rope off, say like the corner of a street corner where they plan on having, you know, their whole group there to watch.
Dang.
Yeah, they're dedicated.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Okay, so Fiesta Flambeau, before we get too far into Fiesta Flambeau, Raquel really enjoys parades more than the average person. I know Jacqueline has gone to a parade with Raquel. I don't know if Jill has ever been with
I
Raquel
really
to a
like
parade.
parades.
Yeah, most people I don't feel like are like overly excited about parades once they're past the age of like 9 or 10.
A good parade.
Or over the age of like 60, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like a parade. I don't know if I'm as enthusiastic as Raquel, but I like a good one. We always watch Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah, that's a
You
good
know?
one.
The Fiesta Flambeau Parade is up there as far as like it's a big parade, and it's rare to have a night parade. So this is pretty unique. Most parades you think are probably usually like early morning or, for like 4th of July and stuff like that. This is a night parade. So you're out there, in the evening time, which is a little bit different. And I had found a list of some parades with some of the largest crowds, and the Fiesta Flambeau comes in at number 8 according to that list. Honestly, I think after the top 3, it's kind of, they could be ordered anyway. The top 3 though were Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, the Rose Parade, and Mardi Gras Parade. So after those 3, they're kind of, what could go any way, but it's on the list as far as like one of the top parades in the US.
Yeah.
This is why my standards for parades
Exactly.
is so high.
Yeah, that's where I was headed. It was like, this is why whenever we're talking about like parades that we may go to here, Raquel's like, because she grew up with the Fiesta Flambeau Parade. And so since she grew up with this parade and this is like what she's used to, everything else is kind of like, yeah, whatever. Because she's used to a parade that takes 2.5 hours long to complete and has, just a lot going on there.
I mean, I would imagine though the Disney parades would hold a
That's
candle,
true.
right?
Yeah, like the Boo to You, like that one is really good, and we just
Mickey's
sathe
Very Merry Christmas parade. That
I've
was
never
so
seen
good.
that one. Well, we've never been to that party. But like the nighttime one now, that was really cool. The floats, right? Because the floats are a big piece of the Fiesta Flambeau Parade. Now, let me add too, though, I don't want to totally forget about Battle of the Flowers. Battle of Flowers Parade is the one that happens in the daytime on Friday. And there's a lot of similar participants in those parades, but at nighttime you're getting the floats lit up and like people are lit up, right? Like they're wearing lights, so it's cooler. Like everybody likes it more. It's another level.
If you do the day parade, the chances are is that the trouble is going to be that it's going to be during the day and it's going to be hot because you're in San Antonio and it's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Even though it's in April, May, it's still going to be hot. And the trouble with the night parade is that there's a ton of people there. So it's just a huge crowd. So you kind of have to pick, which one you want. There's years when we went to both that same weekend or whatever. We went to the day one and then, we go to the night parade the next day. So you can do one and see if you just want to experience, the floats one time there. I would suggest the night parade though.
I would too if I was visiting. And if you want to go, I would also suggest making that decision early in the year. So we didn't talk about when this takes place, but this is in the springtime. So like it'll usually happen around April, late April. And so it is hotter, right? That's why the flambeau is the way to go. But I say plan it early. That way you can buy your seats early, because tickets, like the seats sell out. And if you're visiting, and I'd say your best bet is to buy a bleacher seat, because it is insane how competitive it is to get a chair seat. I mean, people will, like, they have an in with the different organizations that sell the chair seats. And I mean, my family has the hardest time getting those types of seats, because they're mostly nonprofits that are allotted a certain number of chair seats, and they sell them right, to help out their organizations. So you need an in with whatever the organizations are. It might be a church or a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout troop or something like that. But yeah, so I'd recommend bleacher probably if you're going to buy seats ahead of time.
Yeah. You want to talk about some of the attire real quick?
Yes. So these kind of embroidered shirts are super, super popular. So you'll see most girls wearing some type of blouse or dress. The dresses have gotten really popular, where they're even like a short dress, and they've made it with this kind of style so you can look cute. And the flower crowns made out of like paper, are also super popular. And then pins. So pins are this, I don't know, it's this like
Flare.
hobby, I guess, right?
It's all flair.
Yeah. So, and it's like almost a competition where like how many pins can you have and where. So you'll see a lot of people wearing their pins either like on a big sash or just on like a jacket or something.
They're not always like the greatest pen, like the best design. It'll just be like a local bank or something.
Yeah.
So, but people will just collect them so that they can show like, I have 1,000 pens.
Yeah.
Because people will get not like a cape, but like a jacket or something. But I feel like they wear it like a cape.
Yes.
Where they just get a jacket and then they completely cover it with pins, just layered. And it's just all kinds. They look like medals.
Huh.
They look like little medals.
Yeah.
And so
Fiesta medal. That's what we should be calling them. Not
we should be calling them medals.
It's
but
a medal.
They're just attached to everyone's clothing all over. And most people, they'll just like have like one or two of, something that they really like. But some people have an entire costume basically that is covered in these medals.
I think we'll have to put some photos on Instagram to kind of show.
Raquel you probably have what, like 40 medals, I bet.
Yeah, probably at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're heavy, so you have to like sometimes, like I'm at a point where I'm like picking and choosing which ones I want to wear because it's a little cumbersome. But I mean, think like some I've seen people wear like jean jackets because they're kind of more durable, and they'll just cover the entire back of their jean jacket with medals. Yeah, it's fun.
All right, so let's get through the parade stuff real quick. So the parade starts with the fun run, and it's usually around, I think, 2 to 2.5 hours of participants. So this is like high school bands, color guard. A lot of times we see the UT Austin band there. There's military bands. You might see like belly dancers or folklorico dancers, and lots of floats with lights. Because of course we're there at nighttime, and so that's a big thing, is that everything is lit up. All of the participants for the most part have some sort of lighting element, and a lot of times what you'll hear from the crowd as they're moving through is going to be the phrase, "Show us your shoes." I had never heard this until I went to this parade, but it's really common. And whenever it kind of like gets some steam, it's just like over and over and over. Like the crowd kind of doesn't remember it until somebody says it, and then everybody hears it the rest of the night.
Yeah.
But it's a big thing
because there's a court, right? Like, and there's a Miss Fiesta, right? So, and then they have different like whatever princesses and stuff. So they'll give them these super decorative gowns, and the gowns are built into the float. So think of like a train on a dress, and that's it's the length of the float. Wow. So it's funny, right? It's like kind of ironic that they're in this gown, but then they might be wearing like tennis shoes that are decorated, or like cowboy boots that are cute, or Crocs even that are decorated. And it's like, how crazy, how funky, or like how silly are your shoes going to be when you show us your shoes?
That's cute.
Yeah, I'm sure that it used to be, more more of like a dress shoe or something, but in recent years, it's always, how funky can you get with it?
Yeah.
And it usually is like Crocs, or maybe like I'm wearing house slippers or something like that. And a lot of cowboy boots.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, show us your shoes. I also want to mention just like the bands. There's a ton of bands there, a lot of high school bands. And I always just like the piccolo players that are there. So I just want to mention that real quick, because nobody can hear them. And but they're just going over there. They're just going away.
Nobody needs them there.
But yeah, so you'll see some piccolo players there, and then I like the baton twirlers, because they're clearly new at baton twirling, and it's 50-50 every time they throw that thing up in the air. So that's usually one of the main sites that I like to check out. So yeah, for 2026 Fiesta Flambeau, honorary Grand Marshal has been announced to include Ronald McDonald, Grimace, and the Hamburglar.
What?
So if you go to the Fiesta Flambeau Parade, you will most likely see them on a float.
Hell yeah. I want to go now.
So you can, as Raquel mentioned, like you can do this for free. You can camp out and reserve your spot in one of the spots that is, not already blocked off with chairs or anything. We have been a handful of times where we bought seats, and every time, without fail, we ended up parking in the complete opposite side from where the seats were, and we lugged our cooler and everything, the full length of the parade route, it felt like. We've also experienced the drive-through Fiesta, which was in 2020. That was another fun experience.
COVID Fiesta, yeah.
Yeah, but eventually I've come to decide the way to do Fiesta is going to be either to have a hotel downtown and avoid the crowd of people and avoid the traffic while you're trying to leave. That's definitely one big way to win. And then for the first time last year, we bought the VIP tickets, and this is $125. And I think that this is really the only way that I want to do Fiesta at this point. Don't be the people camping out on the corner for multiple days and bringing your chairs and cooler and lugging them from the parking garage to wherever it is you're going to sit. For $125, it includes catered all-you-can-eat Mexican buffet.
Wow.
There were tacos, rice, beans, chicken on a stick. I think there were tamales.
Yeah.
And then you have beer, wine, alcohol. And the biggest perk, I think, is that there's private toilets. So you don't have to stand waiting around with everybody else, down, one of the side streets that is lined with porta potties. They have it kind of fenced off. And last year they also had like a trailer that had like the toilets in it, and it was air conditioned. So I didn't notice a big difference between the air condition and whatever, but it is nice to not have to wait in line if you got to go.
Yeah. It's a real toilet.
Yeah, and then finally this year, another perk is that it's going to be bleacher seats. So you get a bleacher seat, so you can make sure that you have a good view of the parade.
I'm so excited. I mean, I have memories when I was very young and I was dancing, and with like a dance group, we would be in it. And then I was a pooper scooper in middle school, because they'll have horses, right, that are part of it too. So I remember being dressed up as a clown and being a pooper scooper. And then in high school, every year I was in the band and in it. So yeah, and we joke, me and Jensen, because there are these like dance troops that are in it, and they're, they may be doing like, I don't know, kind of, if you can imagine, like samba kind of dancing, and a lot of them are older ladies, right? So we joke that that's gonna be me, right? I'm gonna be that like 60-year-old that's part of this dance troupe that's, whatever. So I'm really waiting for my life to like come full circle, then go back and like return to the parade in some way.
Okay, next attraction that I have is the Bracken Cave. This is going to be the Bat Cave. So if you're looking for something more out of the ordinary, the Bracken Cave, it's 15 miles north of San Antonio, and it's the world's largest bat colony with 15 million Mexican free-tailed bats. And I'm good with just watching the videos online when it comes to bats. But if you want to be up close and witness them coming out of the cave and taking flight in the evening, it's $30 to go and experience that. I feel like this is something Jill's probably done. Have you done this, Jill?
No, no way.
I've never done it.
Did you know that was a thing, Raquel?
No, I didn't.
Okay, let's hit accommodations now. There's only one on my list, which is the Emily Morgan Hotel, and it's on the list because it's the third most haunted hotel in the world.
Wow.
According to the internet. Frequently reported for ghost sightings, noises on floors 7, 12, and 14. And it used to be used as a medical facility with a morgue and crematorium. Guest report antiseptic smells of burnt flesh, hospital sounds, and seeing a woman in white.
Ooh.
12th floor is a surgery suite, and people claim that they've heard moaning and screaming. And on the 14th floor is where the woman in white has appeared, and you may smell perfume.
Oh.
Their website is kind of embracing this, and they have a whole thing on it. I thought that it was great that they also had a section that said like myths, and they kind of are debunking some of the things that are there. I thought that it was funny though that one of them said like the elevator frequently stops on floor, I think it was like floor 7. They're like, the elevator frequently stops on floor 7 because that's where the crematorium was at. And so they're like, yeah, that's like people would go there and then get cremated and whatever. But according to the website, they're like, no, that's not true. Like, we know that that's out there and that people have said that that's not a thing.
I can't believe they're like debunking stuff. Maybe they had to do that because I see it's a Hilton.
Is it?
On their website, it says it's actually a DoubleTree. So do you think you can get cookies there?
Probably. Probably haunted cookies.
Yeah, even haunted cookies.
The only other piece about the haunted stuff though is the train tracks that I know Raquel's familiar with in San Antonio. I did mention though that this is like one of the most haunted cities apparently. The train tracks were another big piece. I looked at some videos on that where people would go to the train tracks and then they put their car in neutral, and then your car mysteriously goes like over the train tracks.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
they would. I always thought it was funny because I've heard it from a number of people while I've been in San Antonio that they would go out with their friends and then do this where they dust their car with flour, and then whenever you get across to the other side, you can see the fingerprints of the ghosts that were touching your car that pushed it over the train tracks.
Yeah. I can confirm we did that in high school.
You did it?
Yeah. It was scary. It scared the shit out of us. We were like, oh, because you go at night, right? And I don't remember what part of town this is in. I feel like it's on. No, I don't remember where it's at. But yeah, I feel like we did baby powder or something and put it on the trunk, and then we did it, and then we swear we saw fingerprints on the baby powder. Yeah.
So you're confirming there are ghosts. confirming ghosts
I'm
at the ghost
confirming
tracks.
that we did this experiment and it happened. So I don't know what else would have put fingerprints and pushed us over the the train tracks.
Crazy.
I know. It was weird.
Recently, I actually don't look at YouTube. Don't look at the videos for the haunted tracks at San Antonio, because you will be disappointed that there are videos on there of people saying that it's no more because they recently changed the slope of the street and stuff there, and so they're saying, oh yeah, that doesn't happen anymore because
Boo.
they've done some construction on the area.
Boo.
So, but I did want to bring up, this reminded me, I thought of this when I was typing this in, because the other day Raquel has these times for no reason where she'll be in a room and I'll walk in and she'll just get scared. And so I scare her without trying. I was just curious, Jill, Jacqueline, do y'all scare your family, or does your family scare you?
It's
Or
both.
do y'all not scare each other?
They scare me.
It's both. Yeah. I feel like I'm,
Like you're startled, like they'll startle you.
yeah.
But they try to prank you though? They try to scare you?
Yes.
Oh,
And I do the same. Like if I know Cruz is in the bathroom, I'll stand in my closet and then boom. Like we
Aw.
yeah. But Javier will scare me a lot just on accident, like not purposely. I'm just like a jumpy person.
Okay.
same.
Jill, is Jake scaring you?
All the time. And yeah, and like even yesterday, Sophie came downstairs in the morning and I was just like, hadn't gotten out of bed yet. And she was just like, Mom. And I was like, ah, what? And I'm like, why weren't you just like, hey, Mom? And she was like, Mom. I was like, what do you
Yeah.
want? So I feel
I
like
know.
everybody here is just kind of like always, I don't know, like they need to yell at me.
Aggressive with their
They're
hellos.
very aggressive. And so but I agree. Like I get startled all the time, or like I won't hear Elliot come around the corner and then he'll be right in front of me and I'm like,
Yes.
So yeah, I do. I get scared all the time by these people.
Do you get
Yeah.
mad? Are you mad about it? Because Raquel gets mad
Oh,
about
no.
it when she gets scared. She's like, ugh.
I feel like, yeah, I'll be like, damn, why'd you do that? Like, I
Yes.
think I will. I'll be like, I feel like I get defensive about it.
I get
Okay.
so mad. I get so mad at him.
I don't get mad.
I imagine Jake is scaring you all the time. Just like y'all are like sitting directly in front of each other, like staring at each other, and he's just like, boo.
Okay, actually, Mom scared us the other day because she stayed here, and then she had to get up really early to go to the hospital, and I like heard our Ring doorbell and it was like did the chimes, and I was like, what the heck? And then I heard the door close, and I was like, Elliot, because he sleeps so hard. I was like, Elliot, someone just like opened our door, and I had like forgotten Mom was here, and so we like both get up, and of course like we don't even think to like do anything safer than getting up and going straight to the door. So we like go to the front door, and then he looks out. He's like, "It was your mom." I was like, "Oh God, I forgot she was here." And so we didn't even tell her, but she like scared the crap out of us at like 6 in the morning, and so we just like went back to bed. So I get scared all the time in here from the people, from the house, from the doors, whatever. It's just a scary place here. We're just like this hotel, only we don't charge for you to come here. We just don't make any money on it.
All right. I'll book you for the Emily Morgan Hotel then.
Yeah, great. Can't wait. Floor 7.
Raquel, you had another hotel real quick. You had Hotel Emma, right?
Yeah. It's in the Pearl area, which we didn't talk about, and I love the Pearl. The Emma Hotel used to be the brew house for Pearl Brewery when it was operating. It's winning all of these awards and earning this recognition as an amazing place to stay. It won the AAA 5-Diamond Hotel Award. The Michelin Guide recognized it and gave it 2 keys. It's TripAdvisor's best choice for best of the best. So yeah, I liked this one, AAA Inspected Clean Award. But yeah, it's a great location. Definitely.
It's also
up
real.
there.
I mean, it's really fancy, but it's also
Super fancy.
super expensive.
Yeah, that's why it's like a special treat, right? Maybe go in like off peak time. I think I checked during that weekend of Fiesta and it was like $1,000 for that Friday. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's a little crazy.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a break and then we'll talk about food and drink. Okay, welcome back, and let's talk about what is on the menu for San Antonio. The basics that I think that should be on your list are going to be homemade tortillas and a good margarita. I feel like that is what you really want to make sure you hit.
Garcia's was my call out for food. I think when I think San Antonio, I think Tex-Mex. So I think that like that plate, that classic plate with maybe some enchiladas, rice and beans, and maybe a taco, right? But yeah, it's the most delicious gravy. They call it a gravy. That's the sauce that comes on it. And I just order the cheese ones and I think it's so delicious. It's so like rich. The flavor is so like, oh, it's robust and like doesn't have that artificial flavor you'll get sometimes from other places that you go to.
Okay, we hit a lot of restaurants when we talked about Riverwalk and Market Square and some of these other areas kind of along the way. So I was going to get to eating challenges real quick. Okay, eating challenges. As far as eating challenges go, what I sent y'all was Chunky's Burgers and More. I've never been to this place. I'm guessing Raquel has never been there either. I honestly had not heard of it. But their website has pictures of people who have completed this challenge and none of them look happy with themselves. So we'll just start there. So I think I sent y'all a link to the competition, and this is called the Four Horsemen. It's 25 minutes to consume this burger, and it's a pretty basic burger. So you have a cheeseburger, but then they go and they throw on it fresh jalapeno, and serrano peppers, and then they put a habanero sauce and a ghost pepper. It's not like a ton of food to consume, but it's obviously very spicy. And like I said, everybody that is on that website and has their picture up there, they look pretty miserable. Their mouth is like swollen, or like there's like a red like outline along their lips. So anybody want to do this challenge?
No.
I don't think so.
I'm out.
Okay. In a previous episode, we talked about Raquel's encounter with shishito peppers, and San Antonio was the site of another incident with spicy peppers.
No.
So I wasn't there to witness it. Raquel can tell us more about it, but I'll kind of set it up, which is that basically Raquel went to a restaurant with family. She ordered fajitas. And she bit into what she thought was a bell pepper.
Yeah, thought it was a bell pepper, and nope, I was wrong. I think it was a giant jalapeno. I don't know if I honestly don't know what kind it was, but either way,
I'm pretty sure you had told me that it was a habanero.
Okay, I will call it a habanero. Whatever it was. I couldn't handle it, and it was like immediate tears, and I mean I thought it was my tongue was like burnt, so we had to get milk, and my family, I'm there with my brother and his family, and they're like laughing at me but a little worried. I think and we had to order a couple glasses of milk, and I remember just sitting there like with like holding the milk in my mouth, right? Like, like just super embarrassing. And now my nephew just likes to, likes to call it out like, hey, remember that time that Thea had to get milk at the restaurant because it was so spicy?
Oh no.
Yeah, probably every like 4 to 6 weeks he reminds her.
Yeah. So yeah. That's why I could not do the Four Horsemen.
Yeah. Okay, so Souvenirs. I sent y'all a link for Dos Carolinas. I'm gonna assume it's Carolinas and not Carolinas.
Hmm.
Dos Carolinas. And so they have some nice men's tops that are very festive, and for, Fiesta, that would be exactly the attire that I think you want to wear. So that's going to be my pick for Souvenir because it looks really nice, and I think they're like $200 there from the Dos Carolinas that I saw, but they're like custom made. So
Yeah, they're called Guayabera, and that's like, so I said that you'll like during Fiesta you'll see women wearing like this type of blouse, but then you'll see most guys are wearing guayaberas during this time. But yeah, it's like a traditional button down short sleeve shirt, and you'll have kind of like stitching down the sides.
Yeah, I put boot
Yeah.
lighter and then an enchilada from Garcia's. Wrote it down
Oh, good,
with the
good.
gravy.
Yeah.
I said, if I could, I would buy the recipe for the enchilada sauce, the gravy from Garcia's. If they sold it, I would buy it up.
I think a margarita for me, you know? And, we always went to that breakfast place to get pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
The Fanny
Mm-hmm.
Cookin.
The apple fanny cooking.
the
Yeah,
Magnolia.
yeah, I'm down with that. I feel like food souvenirs is my route.
All right, for AI, it just mentions it's a vibrant city blending rich colonial history and modern culture. It mentions the Alamo. It mentions the San Antonio Missions Historical Park, the Riverwalk and boat tours. It mentions the Pearl Brewery featuring local boutiques, restaurants, and luxurious Hotel Emma. Market Square is great for authentic pottery, crafts, and live mariachi music. So that's what we got from AI. And final thoughts on what's the longest road trip you'd be willing to make? We're 5 hours away. I think it's probably worth maybe like an 8 hour drive if it's the first time and you're getting the full Flambeau Parade and you're getting, more events out of it. I don't know. I'm probably less likely to say, 8 hours, being a return visit. But if it's your first time there and everything, maybe 8 hours.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
How long you driving, Jack?
I mean, I feel like five is, yeah, right on par, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I do want to see this parade because it sounds like my boys would love it. Like they would love it. And it's lit up and everything and all the music. And I think that that would be something they would really enjoy. So now I like would love to go. But man, 125 per ticket is pretty steep.
There's a lot of people there. I'm not totally sure how you guys are with crowds, but there's a lot of people there. And I guess at least what I would say is that if you did want to skip out early, you can see plenty of parade. You can see a good hour and a half of parade, which I'm sure is enough for most people and most kids. And you can try to beat the traffic out.
True.
And that's that VIP area. The chair seats that I mentioned, I think those are like $12 or $15 each.
Yeah.
So there's different experiences, right? It's just getting your hands on some of those tickets. But the bleacher seats too are maybe $15 to $20 or something
It
like that.
and it can be tough. You kind of need to pay attention to where you're sitting, or maybe know from prior experience, which is obviously hard here in this case. But you don't want to pick a seat that's going to be like directly in the sun. It's a night parade, but chances are you're going to be getting there a little early, and if your seat's in the sun, you're going to be kind of miserable there for the first hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You got to ask a local.
there you go. Yeah, I think that we would want to try to check that out.
Glad
Jill,
I
you driving to
convinced
San
you.
Antonio? How long do you think?
I mean, it seems so short to me. Like that's why we've been with our kids a few times, is because it's like nothing to drive there. So I'd definitely go more than 5, maybe 7, 7, yeah, maybe 7 or 8. I mean, there's a lot to do there, and we've been, like I said, we've been multiple times, so it's like we all seem to enjoy it quite a bit. I know we didn't talk about SeaWorld, but my kids really loved that too. There was a lot for them to do there, so I just feel like we never do everything, but we always do something different, and there's a lot to offer there. So maybe 7 to 8.
Yeah, there's a good amount to experience for San Antonio. Travel and Leisure had San Antonio as ranked 6th in 2024 and 12th in 2025. So I feel like it's a very good spot, touristy. Yeah, there's a lot to do in San Antonio. Anything else before we wrap up? All right. Follow us on Instagram at Postcard Town Podcast for more content, and thanks everyone for another fun episode. Thank you as always for listening. Until next time, safe travels.